magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y bumay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi, kita pasisingil, sa lalat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo kamay. Ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang tinamahan. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nakikinig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay magdidilig. Lupa ng araw ng maraming pagsik na kulay langit sa likod. Aming ligaya na pagpay mamagin at namatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you, John. Thank you again for the national anthem. Magandang gabi, magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, magandang hapon sa lahat ng mga Pilipino nasaan man panig kayo sa mundong ito, dahil itong Real Pick Yard ay napapanood at napapakinggan sa YouTube, Facebook at Talakayan3K.live. Ngayon po, mayroon kami pong pag-uusapan ni John na napakahalagang bagay sa panahon ngayon. Because everybody now is almost ilang percent. Alam mo ba John how much percent of the global audience ang nag-shift na ngayon sa digital because of the new normal?
Halos lahat eh. Kasi walang choice.
At the outset, mga 70% ang nagkano, but even after this pandemic, marami pa rin talaga ang preference na ang choices will go digital online na. So
and that's not going to change
going
wala,
forward.
Wala. Oh.
Remember the benefits you can enjoy with online trend ngayon. You security, safety, tsaka convenience, and most importantly, cost. Mas mura eh.
Yes. Oh.
So
walang traffic.
Walang traffic at saka more than that, you can do practically everything at the comfort of your own home, maski sa kwarto lang. Like what we're doing. We're doing this. I'm in my room. But ang point is, you still attain the same result. Ang gusto mo, if you want to reach out, you're able to reach out. Ang importante ngayon is systems management. So I understand, Jan, ikaw, that is what you have been doing maski nung nasa Australia kaya ka pa.
Yes,
so,
yes.
What
I've been more into systems, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think nowadays na ikaw on your own technical opinion, ano ang masasabi mo dito ngayon? What is the best for any business regardless of the size?
Well, regardless of the size, businesses, they need a system to manage the data, the transactions. Kasi dun nawawala yung pera, nagkakaroon ng butas yung operations nila eh. Kasi may nawawalang data. Na-miss yung pag-enter ng isang sales transaction o kaya sa warehouse na kalimutan i-log na meron pa lang ito equipment or product na ito na nasa warehouse, whether intentional or not. Kasi sa previous mga companies na tinabahon po, they would lose millions of pesos worth of inventory every year. Dahil nga sa system, yung kawalan ng system.
So in other words, how much percent na lang in a particular office, for instance, how much percent na lang would be involved ang human intervention if you already have a system in place na ganyan?
Well, human intervention will always be there. We will just have better tools to do the same things that we're doing. And this is what I'm going to show everyone. It's a tool to make life easier. Download mo yung data o yung mga transactions, whatever, from sa ulo mo, ilagay mo sa system para hindi mo na alalahanin.
Alam mo kasi dyan, one of the fears dito kasi itong advancement ng technologies that marami daw ang madi-displace na trabaho sa mga tao. How true is that with the systems that you
Actually,
have?
it's well, displaced maybe is a term kasi syempre yung mga dating ginagawa manually ng tao, maraming pwede nang gawin ng computer. So, which actually, if you look at it, magkakaroon ng maraming free time ngayon yung tao kasi yung dati niyang ginagawa ng ilang oras is computer na yung gumagawa. So, that person or that specialist can actually perform higher value tasks. Now, kung dati naghahabol siya sa mga entries, ngayon makakapagplano na siya ng kung paano i-operate yung business niya for the next few months or a year. So higher value na ang pwede niya magawa. Hindi na yung habol lang gagawin niya.
So, but how about mga systems leakages? Like, particularly like, for instance, sa Bureau of Customs. Sinasabi nga nila with cashless transactions, faceless, that would minimize or at the most eliminate corruption or leakages, revenue losses. How true would that be, Jan?
Well, it has to do with the security, how secure the system is. Kasi you can put any system and then you can leave it as is, bare, or you can put layers of security around it. So it depends on the budget ng agency or ng company. Because you can make it as secure as possible, or you can make it easily accessible din. And then there are two aspects na pwede maging source ng leakage mo. Una is yung system mo mismo is hindi pulido. So pwedeng mag-leak. Another is sa mga tao mo. Social hacking. Well, ako tatawag ako. Tawagan kita tapos kunin ko yung kunyari merong something na legit na transaction tapos hihingin ko yung pertinent information about the system. Then pwede na akong pumasok sa system. So dalawa yun, tao ang i-hack ko or system i-hack ko.
So anyway, before we go into the details of your mga projects na isa-suggest or we propose. So ito bang if you have the system, yan. Ano ba anong impact nito? Would it have to pag kung i-connect sa external, is there a universal how do you call it, handshake para sa mga systems na ganyan? Kung source code
system to system talking or from system talking to the user.
Yes.
So dalawa yan, so business to consumer and business to business talking. So may mga security protocols yan. Marami nang available na na high level yung I mean yung security is really detailed na hindi siya hack-proof. Kumbaga, yung dinadaanan ng data mo is a secure channel talaga. Parang yung mga bank transaction. I don't know if you notice, if you're doing bank transactions, kung titingnan mo yung sa URL site sa sa browser mo, meron yung padlock na naka-lock. That means you're in a secure connection.
Okay.
So pag naka-open yun, hindi yun naka-lock.
Anyway, sige nga.
Huwag kang magbangko.
So sige nga dyan, can you give us a clearer picture on how these things are possible and how can this enhance efficiency in a business?
Okay. What I'm going to present is what we call an ERP system. So it's an enterprise resource planning system. Before, these kinds of systems were only available sa large companies who can afford it because this used to be very, very expensive systems. Like yung mga top of the line nito mga systems would cost baka 5 million pesos. Yung minimal configuration lang. Yung pinakamaliit na configuration is 5 million. Ganun ka. So it's very, very restrictive sa mga small to medium size na companies.
Okay.
Kasi kaya they don't bother na. They just do it paper or Excel or whatever simple solutions they can. Pero yung mga simple solutions na to, um, they're not integrated. So maraming mga butas. So it's only as good as the one who's maintaining it. Eh, kung sabog din yung nagme-maintain, hindi rin efficient yung
So
sistema.
that system would be prone to leakages or mga
Yes.
corruption, etc. Okay.
Parang parang manual process din. Bawa,
Okay.
resibo ka, papel, kung saan mo lang ilagay, mawawala din. Ganon yun yung posible mangyari.
Okay.
Unlike if you have an ERP system, a centralized system, and it's all integrated, all the modules talk to each other. They know what each other is doing. So, yung chances na merong makalimutan is mababawasan, kumbaga very minimal na kasi halimbawa, for example na lang, di ba meron tayong mga workflows na kung ako may tindahan, bibili muna ako ng ititinda ko, ilalagay ko sa warehouse ko, tapos ibibenta ko.
Okay.
So, the mere fact na bumili ako from sa supplier ko, nadagdagan yung inventory ko.
Okay.
By that single transaction na bumili ako, automatic nadagdagan yung quantity sa warehouse ko.
Oh, yeah.
By pag bumenta naman ako, nagbenta ako ng product na yun, by the mere transaction of selling, yung inventory ko nabawasan kagad without me having to go into a different system. Isang transaction, ginagawa niya na yung lahat ng kailangan sa underneath. So, hina-handle niya na yun. It's all integrated. You don't have to worry about that.
So, as the business owner, all you have to do is just titingnan mo na lang kung ano ang latest na from the computer, kung ano yung
yes, kung ano yung meron bang pending na delivery, meron bang pending na sales, yung mga ganun. Meron ba kailangan mo singilin?
Meron bang alert system dyan? Halimbawa, inventory level ko, I have to maintain this inventory. Pag umabot na itong level ko, I should be alerted that I should already make the order.
Meron mga yung minimum stock level na tinatawag. So, you can set the system up. There are multiple ways. So, one way is you can set the system up na pag umabot yung stock level to a certain floor level, bawa, kailangan meron kang 20 nitong items na to. So, pag nag-20 yung quantity niya, pwede mo sabihin yung system na, okay, mag-automatic order ako dun sa aking preferred supplier. Automatic, pwede yun.
So,
mag-send kagad sa purchase order without you...
Without human intervention, siya na mag-order?
Pwede mo i-set up that way.
Okay.
Kasi kung preferred supplier mo yun eh. Kumbaga, doon pa talaga bumibili eh. So, pwedeng automatic. Pero kung pwede rin siyang gawin na pag umabot sa level na yon, bigyan ka ng email or message na yung stock level mo is umabot na dun sa ceiling, and then ikaw nagagawa ngayon ng action, manual action mo na yung to do the purchase order. So you can do a canvas, whatever, kung kailangan maraming code.
So in other words, pwede mo siya magsiset ka ng parameters.
Yes.
Halimbawa, ito yung price. Pag ito ang range from lowest to highest, dito ka pasok, okay, you make the order. Otherwise, beyond that, you'll have to i-override mo muna yung computer.
Yes, kasi kung yung mga sinasabi kong automatic order, usually meron ka ng price list nun eh. Kumbaga may agreed price na kayo eh beforehand. Kasi parang repeat order na lang yun eh.
Yeah.
So, ang ano na lang nun is if nag-price increase yung supplier mo, they have to inform you para ma-adjust yung sa system yung mga prices.
Okay, from an expert on systems management, ano yung mga important, what do you suggest dyan for a medium scale business? Ano bang elemento na importante na nandoon sa system na? Can you give us an idea of what it is?
Yeah, if the nature of the business is selling products, you need the purchasing component, so that manages the purchasing of items, stocking kumbaga. You need the sales module, so to be able to sell to customers. You need your inventory module, which is your warehousing. So where you put your items. So basically, yun ang tatlo mong kailangan na module. So that completes the flow. Yung you purchase, you store, and then you sell.
So,
yun ang kailangan.
But everything will depend on the inputs, di ba?
Yeah. At saka, different businesses operate ng mga different ways sila na doing things. So, an ERP system usually comes with everything, and all you need, but you don't need everything. So, for sales, you have to turn on certain features depending on how your business operates.
How affordable is the system for a small business, for instance? For a startup, how affordable is the system?
This is very, very affordable na. Yung sinabi kong price na 5 million before, it's just a small fraction of that to be able to get a system like this. And even some systems, if you're only using one module, they allow you to use it for free.
Okay, but if for instance, I were a business owner, I buy that system. Ano ba ang maintenance doon? Is it user friendly? Anybody can manage, or I would need to have a technical expert like you.
You need a technical expert, unless you have someone who's tech savvy, learn the system, which is learn the month. Like I learned the system myself. I had some help, and there's plenty of resource online. Like there's plenty of YouTube tutorials and those things, because they
But the system is user friendly. I mean,
very
you don't really have to be
friendly.
You don't really have to be
introduce.
Yeah.
Na ang description ko lagi sa users before I start my training is, kung marunong ka mag-Facebook, kaya mo to.
Oh yeah, that yan, in a nutshell talaga eh. Kung everybody, I suppose everybody knows how to use the Facebook. Eh.
Correct. Mas complex pa nga yung sa Facebook, kasi Facebook will come up with certain new features from time to time, di ba? So you have to learn that.
Yeah.
Pero itong system na to, yung look and feel and how to operate certain functions in a module is similar across all modules. So you only have to learn one way of doing things, and then you'll be able to navigate yourself sa other modules kahit bigyan ka ng bagong-bago.
So, but you conduct trainings on that in case merong interested magpa-install. You conduct trainings on that. And how long would the training be, John?
It depends. Sometimes it's an ongoing training, like you do refresher. Kasi sometimes you introduce new configuration, and so you have to tell everyone that this is how it's done now. For example, sa sales, we have new set of products, or we have to go through this, mga procedures. There's another module which is CRM, or customer relationship management, which is used for a tool for selling. It's before you convert someone into sales. So basically, the aim of CRM is to convert a prospect into a sales customer.
Alam mo naman ngayon, nowadays, very extensive ang use ngayon ng online selling. So, would the system be able to provide the service na, halimbawa, ako buyer online buyer ako. That the moment I swipe my card or whatever, I already have a confirmation from the supplier that my item is already booked for delivery.
So
I will have a confirmation.
Yeah, you can set it up so that the system will automatically send a confirmation of the order that's been placed, and you can manage it depending on the company. Some companies would only dispatch upon confirmation of payment.
Yes, exactly. That's what I
Siyempre, yung common ngayon is COD. So, i-dispatch mo na, tapos pagkabigay, tsaka kukunin yung bayad dito sa cash on delivery. Tapos tsaka i-remit sa system. So, meron din ganun.
So because
Pero
alam
sa
mo
mga
that
companies, yeah.
that would be a major concern diyan yung COD. Pero pagka pag mga malalaking company naman at mga regular customers, ano na yan eh. Pero ang point is, for mga startups, halimbawa, for instance, COD at wala doon yung buyer, cannot be located in the address, what happens?
It goes back. I-return yung kasi wala din yung buyer. Babalik yung merchandise. Kasi kailangan may exchange eh. So kung walang exchange, yung mga iba pang napapansin ko ngayon na courier, they have parang mas secure sila para silang bangko eh. Merong one-time password na tinetext dun sa cellphone number ng buyer. And then the courier will ask, ano po yung one-time password na nakuha nyo sa cellphone nyo. So this is to ensure na I'm giving the product to the right person. Kasi ito yung scenario na I have my product delivered to the office. Hindi ko alam kung sino empleyado yung bibigyan ko ng item na to. So with the one-time password, I'm pretty sure that this is the only user that I should be giving. Kumbaga, legit itong user na bibigyan ko. I could give it to, I might not be, like, I might be in a meeting and pag-isuyo ko dun sa aking secretary or whatever staff kasama na paki-receive itong product na to, ito yung one-time password. So again, it's secure yung transaction, hindi lang basta kanino ibinigay.
Okay. So anong margin of error diyan? Factor na may magkakaproblema ka sa system. Anong factor ng margin of error?
If ever magkaroon ng error, it would be human error or configuration error. So, like for example, certain things were not entered properly, or the workflow was not followed. So, yun yung mga yun. Pero ang kagandahan kasi nitong system na to is everything is logged. So, everything that happens all transactions that happen are logged. So, this thing happened at this time. This thing happened at this time. So, in case there's some problem and you need to investigate or try to understand what happened, you can always interrogate the system and the system will tell you who did what, when.
So, in other words, yung system na pwede ma-customize mo na ito kung bawat halimbawa isang part of the whole process, ito lang ang involved siya na meron siyang particular password, malalaman mo kung saan banda sa proseso pinakialaman yung transaction.
At saka users have roles. So the authentication kumbaga is role based. So for example, I am an accountant, then access ko should be the accounting module lang. Wala akong pakialam sa warehouse, wala akong pakialam sa
that's particularly. So
it's role-based.
Alam mo yung responsibility areas at saka accountabilities kung sakali saan nag-aberya.
Correct. Parang a typical security restriction is who should be able to see the cost price of the product.
Yes, yan. Common yan.
Hindi yan pwede dapat makita. And then also is sa warehouse, they should not see the price. They should only see the quantity. Kasi halimbawa may nag-order, bumili ng 10 items nitong product na to. So they should only see na, I should pack 10 items of this product. They shouldn't know that these products cost this much. Kasi matetempt yan. Pag nakita ko, mamahalin tong product na to, nakawin ko. Hindi naman.
Tama.
Pero, mawawala pala intentionally.
Tama. It's something new na kasi para bang kung mano-mano lang, syempre nakataging ka yung mga nasa stock room eh. 'Di ba? May mga nag-aano yun, nakatag pa yun yung mga items eh.
Correct.
So
may mga may mga information only relevant to your role.
So do you have a sample of that software?
Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll go through the general system first, and then we go to the POS. I'll share my screen. Okay. So here is the system. It's called ODOO. Start the slideshow. So here it says it's an all-in-one management software to help you grow. So basically this covers all functions of the enterprise, but you don't need to buy everything. You only buy what you need, kumbaga. And then you add on as you grow. Kaya dito, kumbaga, kung ang problema mo is sales lang or ang kaya mo lang is sa sales lang para ma-solve lang yung problem mo sa sales, just buy the sales module. Tapos later on, if as you grow, nakita mo yung benefit nun, I need the purchasing and inventory para makumpleto ko yung aking flow. Tsaka may lang dagdag, which is easy naman to do. Okay, so this is the story of ODOO. That's the founder, Fabian Pinkers. It's a Belgian fellow. Marami na mga companies na ginagamit ng system na to.
So ginagamit niyo ito dyan sa Australia when you were with IBM?
Not with IBM. I got introduced into this system when I was in the Philippines in 2014. But we were using another type of ERP system in Australia.
Okay.
That class of system is an ERP system. So this is ODOO is an ERP system. So you see here the different popular brands that are using this system. So if you look here sa left side, this is the typical solution that we get from a small business. So meron kang point solutions for each part of the system. So meron kang accounting package, tapos meron kang Excel, meron kang another thing, and then you try to get them to talk to each other. And by doing so, takes you a lot of time. There was another company I used to work with. When the president asks for a report, a monthly report, it takes them a week before the report comes kasi they have to get that information from all these systems.
I-collate pa nila yun eh.
I-collate pa nila. So, kasi iba-iba pang format, iba-iba yung department pinanggalingan, so iba-iba yung gumawa. Yun. So basically,
but this one, under the system, siya na lang gagawa nun lahat?
Yeah. No. So, ganito yung si ODOO. So, everything is integrated, all-in-one solution. So, like, alam ni sales ang nangyayari kay inventory, o alam ni inventory ang nangyayari kay sales o kay purchasing. Yan. So, yung sinabi ko kanina, you expand as you grow. So, you just get the systems or the modules that you need right now, to solve your immediate problem. And then, as you grow, as you get used to the system, get used to the workflow of how things go, then you just add and add and add. So you've got sales apps here, customer relationship management, you've got sales, subscriptions if your business is into subscription. And we have point of sales, POS. This is what I'm going to discuss later. And then we've got website development, we've got e-shops or e-commerce if you want to sell things online. If you're a blogger, you want to write things online.
So we can use this, John, when we launch our ebook, huh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
And
okay.
then we've got booking if your business has to do with appointments. Um, if you're into education, there's e-learning as well.
Okay.
Finance apps, so you got invoicing, you got accounting, expense management. So this is
Oo.
another big hole kumbaga sa pag yung mga bigger companies na how to manage the expense, how to keep track
Hmm.
of the expense. So we've got an expense management here where you can really tweak the system like pag within a certain hindi umabot dito sa amount na to, automatic approve. Pero pag lumampas sa let's
Oo.
say 5,000,
Ah,
kailangan ng approval. Mga ganun.
okay. Okay.
Tapos sa operation apps, inventory. So again, ito yung sa purchasing, sales.
Mm.
So you maintaining your inventory of products. Um, Timesheets. So sa
Ah?
HR type, sa HR.
Oo. Oo.
Project management, the purchasing. Help desk is if your the nature of your business,
Oo.
you get uh, problems or calls from clients.
Oo. Oo.
So they call you. You have to log this para walang makalimutan. And then
Oo.
you can maintain certain service level agreements. So para kung high priority yung type of problem dapat ma-solve within the hour, yung mga ganun. So you can manage that. And then you can generate reports to see kung ano yung mga nakalimutan.
Pero there is a basic entry module dyan bago ka mag-upgrade, mag-customize, upgrade. Or you can choose any.
You can choose any kasi depende sa nature ng problem mo, ng operations mo. For
Ah,
example, if store ang store ka, then you might have POS at saka sales.
point of sale. Oh.
Pero kung online shop ka, pwedeng e-shop ang ano mo, ang
Hmm.
i-set up mo muna.
Oo.
Yeah. So kung anong depende sa nature. Tapos so we have here sa manufacturing yung MRP.
What is MRP?
If it's planning of your materials. If
Okay.
yung raw materials mo. So if you're constructing a product, so you
Oh,
need your bill of materials, mga ganun.
yeah.
So
Okay.
usually sa mga factory type situations ito. Then we have sa HR, nating planning. So ito yung ginagawa annual para ma-plan ko ano yung workforce management requirement.
Oo.
Employee management.
Mako-compute na niya na halimbawa after 5 years from now ito ang mga claims ko sa retirements, etc. Meron na siyang projection. Program na siya.
Pwede nang may mga reports siyang na pwede mo i-customize. Meron siyang built-in na business intelligence. So you can query the data however you want. You filter, you group, parang pivot table siya ng the whole data. So
Okay.
recruitment, appraisal, referral, and management of leads.
So yun yung inaano.
Yeah.
Nasabi ko
If you see it, it's really handling all the functions of the enterprise.
Oo.
You just pick what you want, whichever is applicable for you. And then we have if you're into online to boosting your online presence, there's social marketing. There's SMS, the text blast, automation of emails, so automatic sending.
Paano yan dyan pag troubleshoot if in case along in the entire process merong isang module na nagloloko? So
Right.
magkaano siya? Meron siyang alert
Usually
ba?
it would be in the configuration. Mayroon naman siya mga error message na sinasabi. And then ako as first level support, I will have to check where it's in the system. So I try to troubleshoot myself. Pag hindi ko kaya, then I will go to ODOO help, ODOO experts
Okay.
for further support. Kasi sila naman they actually know na the up to the code detail. So, alam nila, pakita ko lang yung error message, alam nila kaagad na kung saan ang problema. There are times when they would request for a snapshot of the database. So I have to copy the database, send it to them, and they try to replicate the problem until they identify what's causing it.
And the problem can be resolved online. I mean, whoever is going to be the technical in charge.
Yeah, they will coach you naman on how to solve the problem. What's causing it? Kasi minsan external yung cause, minsan it's within the system.
Okay. So may i-walk through lang nila in case may mga issues na ganyan.
Yeah, o kaya there are instances when they would do remote. So they will remote into your PC.
Ayun, you explained that nung una natin talakayan, yung remote. Pero that the remote was being used for scams in the bank. Sinasabi
yes, that's right. Yeah. So if for our viewers, pag merong help desk na nagsasabi na gusto kong i-remote yung PC mo, I need your password and things, then be wary. Kasi baka ma-hack yung system mo.
Okay.
And surveys, so if you want to conduct surveys like yung mga gusto malaman yung customer satisfaction, you can send surveys. Yeah. Events is if you want to manage events, you're conducting events, you schedule an event like itong ginagawa natin, we can do that, we can manage events that way.
So that's the whole system niya, the whole process. Ito na yun sa ODOO. O meron pa?
Yeah, ito na yan. So meron pang e-sign, so electronic signature, documents management. So for some businesses, it's very important to keep track of the documents, especially yung maramihan na yung mga documents.
Yeah.
So you normally have electronic repository of your documents and the physical repository of your documents. Kasi di ba, by law, you're required to keep the documents for a certain number of years.
May prescribed one.
So what a magandang strategy is you scan them. Tapos meron kang digital copy, tag those digital copies. So you can search them using the tag. So if you search for certain keyword na tinag mo, then madali mong makahanap ngayon yung mga documents. Approval, so it's approval process. You can identify who needs to approve what at certain levels. Yun, dami.
So ano yan? How would it verification ng signatures, for instance?
Yeah.
Kasama na niya diyan.
Sa signature, it's just the pirma. So dapat may specimen signature ka na beforehand to compare.
Yan ba, ano ang efficiency niya, level to determine kung itong yung signature?
Hindi naman ganoon ka high yung kasi yung iba mouse lang ginagamit pag pirma, so it's very different from signing from a pen.
Ganun.
Diba? It should just look alike. Although it would come from a certain user, so meron siyang email address, so that can identify the user then. Tapos ito yung signature niya. So you combine things.
So ikaw dyan, as a suggestion from a techie, ikaw ang technical expert dyan what do you suggest sa mga startups business? Ano ang pinaka-importanting modules yan na dapat mong meron ka?
Right. Kung sales nga ang ginagawa ko, I sell things, kailangan ko yung sales, inventory, at saka purchasing. Yung tatlong yun. Kasi that completes the cycle. I buy, I store, I sell.
Oo. So kasi ang ano naman diyan is ang ano diyan, why buy tawag diyan, yung module na hindi mo pa kailangan. You acquire it during the time that you already need it.
Correct. So for example, if nature ng business ko is yung tawag to, nag-outsource kami ng mga labor force. So that means I do a lot of what's this? Of recruitment. Then I need the recruitment module. Kasi sa recruitment module, maraming functions ito, like for example, yung online screening. So I give a survey sa mga prospective applicants. Let's say 1,000 yung nag-apply for the position advertised or kung ilang positions advertised. Siyempre, hindi mo naman interviewin yung 1,000 na yun. Patay ka na.
Natural.
So you send a survey, let them answer, and yung top 10 or 20 or 50, yun lang ang papuntahin mo sa office for the interview. Then you saved a lot of time.
Kasi like yung sa customs, nung active pa ako doon, yun ang pinaano nila that ang direction nila was for cashless, faceless, and cashless, faceless transaction. Kaya lang, may tinatawag sila doon na pag magli-link na sa ibang network, ibang program, tinatawag silang source code. Unless you have the source code, magka-handshake, wala rin.
So dapat siyempre dapat may previous knowledge yung both systems na mag-uusap. They've been pre-configured to talk to each other. Kumbaga, may handshake yan eh. So this one, your system is trying to talk to the credit card system, for example. So the credit card system knows that you are a subscriber. And you have an account with them. So pag pinasa mo yung credentials mo, they can verify that it's really you. Tsaka pa lang sila may ipag-usap sa'yo.
Kasi ang problema kasi dito, may mga peculiarities din ito. Halimbawa, itong isang opisina may sariling system. Ibang opisina may sariling system. But ano lahat yun? Universal yun. Ready yan to interconnect with any system. Wala bang technical limit?
Meron naman silang mga published na what they call API, Application Programmers Interface.
Okay.
So naka-define doon, how does the system talk to other system? What do you need to pass to that system para maintindihan ka? So usually yun yung mga pinapublish nila. Mga requirement nila to talk to, in order for one system to talk to another.
Ano ang requirement ng gadget dyan or computer? Ano ang capacity o capability?
Well, this is web-based. So you only need a device that can connect to the internet, that you can browse. So smartphones, tablets, laptops, desktop, those things. Anything na pwedeng makapag-internet. Basically, kung anything na pwede ka mag-Facebook, pwede ito. Kasi it requires only an internet connection through the browser lang. You're doing things in the browser. There are many ways that this can be configured.
Yung whatever certification na ODOO generated, ano ang credibility level niya and acceptance as far as the government is concerned?
They just have to follow the guidelines of for example, if it's BIR, then they just have to follow that this ODOO follows international standards, so it's pasok naman siya sa requirements natin. We just have to comply sa requirements nila. For example, I think there are certain things na bawal sa BIR na kumbaga hindi ka pwede mag-reverse ng certain transaction pag close mo na yung book, yung mga ganun, yung mga rules. May mga certain guidelines at saka ano yung na kailangan mo sundin.
Yung ano kasi Tito Jan, halimbawa, how much percent in terms of efficiency level would an ODOO be able to help a startup company?
Malaki. Pero it all depends on how the company does their thing. Kasi if they're efficient in their manual work, a system will just speed up things. Kasi yung accuracy nila is andun na eh. Di ba? Pero if pangit yung, kumbaga may pain point talaga sila sa operation nila, and putting in a system like this will really will improve the operation a lot. Kasi diba, pwede namang efficient sila mag-operate manually eh. Di ba?
So, pero yung isang system, will one person okay na isang person mag-handle or that would entail several persons din? Bawat module mayroon ibang
there are
tao.
certain security implications there if you just have one person doing everything, unless it's the owner. So the owner can do everything, diba? Pero just imagine if I am a salesperson and I am also the warehouse person, I can sell something and pack the items and send it. Pero yung packing process, pwede akong magdagdag bawas doon. Dahil ako lahat eh. So, pero kung separate yung nagsisell, separate yung warehouse, merong cross-check. Kasi merong responsibility yung yung warehouse person. Pag nag-inventory ako, dapat spot on yung inventory levels. So that person has to protect yung niya, area niya. The same din sa sa cashier, sa sales. So ipoprotektahan niya yung collections niya. So if you kung hindi mo lagyan ng natural barriers yung certain roles, there's a potential for fraud.
Pero halimbawa yung mga for instance yung mga government regulations, halimbawa importer ka na itong mga product item o mga safeguard duties to, ito kailangan ito ng BOI.
Yung tawag nito pag yung cost of goods mo.
Pati yung documentation kasi there in the transactions you'll need the originals. So ini-scan lang, scan copies lang ilalagay mo sa system, that's it. Hindi na magre-require ng original files, no?
Pwedeng i-file. So depende sa requirements ng company. May mga companies na sufficient na may screenshot lang ng ng snapshot lang ng document. The some kailangan itambak mo yung lahat ng ini-snapshot mo in case na merong investigation. Pero at least meron kang digital copy which is searchable. Mas mabilis hanapin kaysa yung gaganon-ganon ka sa box ng nakaterbang dokumento.
So itong naka-display ngayon dito sa that's the whole process.
Yes. There's more, there's a lot more. Pero ito yung core lang ng system.
Okay.
Meron pang this is from ODOO itself. There are still other third-party developers who develop based on certain industry verticals. For example, if you're into the real estate, they have developed certain modules just for real estate management. Hospital management. So merong another module for hospital management. So it uses this still, pero specific siya for a certain vertical. Yun.
So, what do you suggest dyan? Halimbawa, ano ang level ng business do you think would this ODOO software be be most ideal dyan?
Pag medyo malaki-laki na siguro yung inventory nila, kasi pag konti lang kasi parang it doesn't make sense, parang dagdag trabaho lang yun sa mga sari-sari store type eh.
So nung ideal, and when we say mas marami ng transactions, ano ang ideal number of transactions? Ballpark. Do you have
I won't have a ballpark, pero I have a picture of the type of store yung na merong significant inventory na mini-maintain.
So meron kang ano diyan.
So yun ang yun ang actually mararamdaman yun ng owner na they need a system na to manage their operation, kasi it's taking them a lot of time. Usually marami na silang errors na nakikita sa mga transactions. So pag nangyari na yun, it's time to use a system.
Ang iba kasi ang ibang kinatatakutan na iba because you know how fast technology evolves. So mag-engage sila ngayon after a year or two, may bago na namang kuan.
Correct.
Ang ano mo naman yan doon?
Dito sa ODOO, every year they come up with a new version. So it's an improved version. So it's a continuous improvement itong product.
Para bang kahit na every year universally operable o ang operability niya hindi pa rin apektado kahit magbago-bago sila ng
correct. Nadagdagan lang ng feature. Napabilis lalo, ganun. And then if your subscription is enterprise, then you're automatically upgraded to the latest version. You don't have to worry about migration kasi kasama yun sa subscription mo na. So you'll always get the latest version.
In other words, if I am a small store owner ko, I have only about 3,000 or 4,000 in my pocket, but I want to avail of the services. Pwede ba yun? I mean,
you can just avail. Sabi mo kanina, if you only use one or there's certain combination of modules, you can have it for free.
Ganon.
For example, sales lang ang kailangan ko. I'll just get sales module. I can use sales module for free forever.
So can we offer that mga ganun sa mga startups? Or it has
startup.
It has to be a business na makikita naman natin ang growth potential is nandyan.
Baka the system, they can use the system for free. They get used to it and they reap the benefits and eventually it will be a no-brainer for them to get more modules kasi nakikita naman nila na yung benefit sa kanila kumbaga na-realize na nila before they're using the system for free.
Yun ang sabi ko nga dyan the global trend ngayon in business is really going to that mga ERP, what you call ERP. Dahil
yes.
Less
and no more, kumbaga, less na yung mga systems like this, less na yung coding. You don't start from scratch. Kasi meron na mga systems like this that are already there. All you need to do is configure.
Alam mo, just an example. I will not mention the name of the office. Ang opisinang ito, nag-put up sila ng isang system sa kanila, then they were trying to link with a value-added service provider na external. Hindi natuloy yun because hindi magbigay ng source code, hindi makapag-handshake. So what happened ultimately, nasayang yung system na in-install dito sa opisina because it was never used. They were never really able to realize the concept of interconnectivity.
Okay. So they didn't look at the whole picture when they started. Kasi dapat yung main system will give them benefit by itself. Value added is kumbaga added value added na lang siya So it would add something to the system. Pero the system itself should be providing them value na eh.
The moral lesson there is do not kill your do not kill your partner. Kasi actually ito yung
Be nice to your partner.
Do not kill your partner.
Lalo ngayong Valentine's ano.
Oo nga talaga. I mean, well, everything ang nangyayari kasi ngayon diyan, itong under the new normal. Makikita mo naman even the print media is ang laki na ng nawawala. Dahil una is cost-wise, napakamura ang digital. Tas accessibility, anytime. 24/7, real time. Basta may cellphone ka, meron kang access sa internet, you're in.
Tsaka yung monetization through ads. Online ads. May Google ads, mga ganun.
That's what we're hoping to be there soon. So, is there anything more, Jan, that you'd like to expound?
Yeah, let me just see if what we have more here. That's it.
Okay.
And now I can show you the system live. Let me just
okay. Ano nga, sample mo.
May sample lang. So I'll demonstrate a point of sale system. I was testing it kanina. Kasi I just created a test database and
alam mo talaga dyan, ang database talaga ngayon is really the trend. Meron ako isang kaibigan, she was telling me about yung the need kasi masyadong nasanay na itong opisina nila na masyadong compartmentalized na ito maalis na ito yung mga kanya-kanyang teritoryo sa isang opisina. Halimbawa ako, billing lang ako collection lang ako recording lang ako, di ba?
Oo.
Mawawala.
Tsaka naman yung the system can be used for different roles then if you want to have it that way. For example, kung malaking company, meron Salesforce, so they should only have access to the systems that related to the sales.
Oo. Yun ang pinaka-importante diyan. Yung una is na-streamline mo yung procedure mo. Tapos na-strengthen mo yung responsibility areas. Tapos identified mo kaagad ang accountabilities kung sino because kung saan nagloko, saan bumusina, saan nag-alert, alam mo na kung sino ang particular person na may access lang diyan, di ba?
Correct. At saka basically with having systems like this, basically when you have a system, you're incorporating all the logic or the rules ng company into that system.
Okay.
So which means if I replace the person with a new one, hindi mo kailangan turuan ng masyado dahil yung rules are already in the system eh. So wala kang dependency ngayon dun sa tao yung sige, alis ako kasi pag umalis ako, patay yung kumpanya nyo dahil nandito sa akin lahat yung knowledge.
Also secured pala yung ano doon.
Di ba?
Okay. So, okay. Ano, nakita mo na? I-present mo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, i-share ko lang. So, basically, this is a test site that I created. So, this is like the sales page.
Pwede mo ma-enlarge pa dyan?
Pwede.
Pa-enlarge mo para makita.
Mali yung na-enlarge ko na screen.
Yan.
Okay. So, ang module na i-introduce ko is the point of sales. So, you have products in your warehouse or in your sales for sale, and you have a shop front. So meron kang parang mini stop or 7-Eleven branch na meron siyang mga products mo na nandun sa pwede niya ibenta. So, ito yung pagpupunta, example sa restaurant din. So makikita mo dun sa counter, sa cashier, ipo-punch nila kung ano yung mga in-order mo, yung mga products na punahan mo. And then at the end of the day, isi-synchronize mo yung benta mo para ma-update yung back-end system. Bawa kung initially, pag start ng day, meron kang 100 items of this product, tapos i-download mo sa point of sale system mo, i-perform your point of sale sa branch mo, whatever it is. And then at the end of the day, you synchronize ngayon, i-update mo ngayon yung with your day's sales. So if nakabenta ka ng 10, usually 100 siya, so 90 na lang dapat yung matitira. So pag-synchronize mo. So this is very important sa mga may kita mo yun sa mga groceries, mga point of sale system. So here, ito lang, example lang ito ng mga products.
May mga gamot yan
Oo, example lang. So using point of sale, so I just use some test products. So I just opened a shop. So let me just close this because I was testing it kanina. And then I'll open a new session.
Okay.
So what happens is, meron akong terminal sa kumbaga may cash register ako. I need to be able to operate the cash register to sell items there as me. Ako yung kahera. So it could be a tablet or whatever that has I log in, I go to ODOO, and then I go to the point of sale module, and then I start a new session. And then when I click that, it downloads all the inventory. So in this example, there's only 5 items.
Siya na magka-classify sa inventory mo kung which is
Yes, naka-configure yun, yung mga products mo.
Okay.
So alam mo na yung classification.
Okay.
So naka-download nito. If you have 7,000 products, then you will have 7,000 items here. They can be searched. So you can makita mo dito, search products. So you can search for products, and the search here is really very powerful kasi para siyang Google na search. You can search parts of the word, and it will try to match anything that has that pattern.
Okay.
So for example, merong customer na bumili ng desk organizer. So it's just a random customer. So ilagay mo desk organizer, isang item ang binili, tapos ayan yung price, 521. Bayad siya, cash ang binayad niya is exact. So okay na yan, validate ko yung binayad niya. So, pwede ako mag-generate ng ipiprint ko yung receipt, yung receipt sa left side.
Ano ba yung receipt niya? Kailangan nire-register mo ng BIRD niya? Does it have to be registered?
Pwede mo configure naman yung kung ano yung credentials nung kasi pwedeng yan, pwede kasing as is yan na hindi BIR receipt, and then if they request for an invoice, then tsaka gagawan ng BIR invoice.
Okay.
There are some establishments na nakalagay talaga dun sa receipt, this is a BIR
okay.
Kumbaga registered sa BIR yun. And you can also sell to a particular customer. So you click a customer, for example, bawa, si, saan ba yung test user ko sa button test.
So bawat customer dyan, regular client, meron ka ng share record sa shopping habits niya, yung whatever. Anong
Correct.
kanyang taste.
Yung details niya, meron ako.
Okay,
so dito, they can buy this, you can buy 10 items nito. So 10 units at 120, so that's 40. Tapos bumili ng monitor stand, bumili ng small shelf. Tapos dahil showcase siya, binigyan ko siya ng 5% discount. So
reflected din yun.
Yan. So 5% discount. Sa unit na yan. So, nagbayad siya. 1970 ang ano niya. Nagbayad siya ng cash. Ang binayad niya is 20. Pwede rin banking.
Bank fund. Kung card, pwede rin credit card.
Pwede rin. So, ito, nag-enter ko na, binayad niya is 20, naroon siya supply na 30. So, validate ko to. Ito na yung yung i-print ng
billing statement niya. Okay. So, okay now.
Nakita mo kung gaano kasimple yung process na to?
It's just a matter of getting used to it. It's just a matter of learning kasi user-friendly. So, but ang concern dyan, how much would it, ang pinakamura niyan, how much would it cost as a startup?
For this? Yeah. If you're buying an enterprise version, you pay, there's a fee for the modules that you select, and there's a fee for the users per user.
Per user.
To give you an idea, it's best to show you sa slide. So we are into the POS system, di ba? Palalaking ko lang to, ha?
Yung per module may corresponding value na.
Okay. So here, ilan ba ang users mo? So let's say you only have 3 users. So
when you say users,
calculate ito.
Ito yung mga tao na that will be involved in the.
Correct. So I need saan ba yung point of sale? Here, point of sale. So check that. So if you notice, I selected point of sale, pero may mga dependencies siyang modules. So you cannot operate point of sale solely. We need the inventory and the invoicing, which makes sense. Kasi yung entire operations ng point of sale would require products to sell at saka yung invoice na generate niya pag nagawa ka ng transaction. So, here you go. Ito yung pinili ko lang isang system. Tingnan mo. Itong tatlo, I just chose point of sale, di ba? Ito yung sinasabi ko na pag certain combination ng minimal configuration, you can use it for free.
Anyway,
so if I add sales, for example, mababago yan, magka-calculate na. Kita mo? $46 to per month.
Per month yun?
Or if you want to pay annually, it's $552 per year. So, and if you buy bulk, like you buy 2 years or 3 years, you get more and more discounts. And the advantage of doing that is you're buying the product at the price now. At its current price, kumbaga. Kasi every year it increases.
Oh, okay.
So kung bumili ka ng 3 years ng system, you're paying it at this year's price. Tapos may discount pang binigay sa'yo.
Oh,
So nakasave ka, double yung savings mo.
Oh.
Pero if you buy it lang good for 1 year, after 1 year, you buy it at a higher price na kasi nag-increase na yung price nila.
So I guess that this is going to be an ideal ngayon. Sabi ko nga, especially sa trend ngayon that everybody's going digital. This going with
the startup, like for example, this one, point of sale. You can try it out with the system, using it live.
Tsaka ano naman kung if hindi ka happy, you just don't pay dong ano.
You stop. You don't renew your subscription.
Okay. Okay, sige. Okay. So anyway, guys, are you done, Jan? Are you done?
Yes.
Yun lang ang masasabi ko lang. This is now the trend in business, the global trend na ito. So if you're in business, no matter how big or small your business is, consider availing of the service. How do you call it? ERP?
ERP, yeah.
That is
Enterprise Resource Planning.
Avail of the Enterprise Resource Planning because it will really boost your business. So, Jan,
and you don't have to buy everything. You just buy what you need.
And more than that, there is Jan to help you out. If there are any, kung sino man ang may itatanong tungkol dyan, Jan is there to help, to clarify, to enlighten you on a lot of things about the program, Jan. Diba?
Yes, send us a message here. Connect here and then, talakayan pa pala.
Meron tayo. Oy, I would like to announce, Jan, our launching of our ebook.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that is an exciting project ng Talakayan 3K.live, yung ebook.
Yes.
We'll have our first issue ng ebook hopefully next week.
Madali. Kaya-kaya. I just did sample kanina eh.
Kaya ganon. So anyway, Jan, ano ang final words mo?
Well, I guess my parting words for small to medium businesses is that systems are affordable now that will really boost your productivity. ODOO is one of them, and I believe in the product. I know that it can deliver. So
I never realized, Jan, that is how much it would cost only because alam mo yung mga na-attendan ko mga press conferences ng mga
million.
Alam mo kung saan kami nagpi-press con ito?
Okada. 5-star hotels.
Makati, Diamond. At saka mga freebies ang dami, but ang nagpi-present mga Indiano, mga foreigner.
Sarap para pagkain.
Sarap. Ako naman kain lang. Sarap kain. Tapos, eto pa. Ang masaya pa nito is ito yung press ko na you don't ask the questions, you only listen to the testimonials of their clients.
Bawal magtanong, ano?
Huwag ka magtanong.
Hindi na masagot.
But anyway, that
okay. I hope na kumaga maengganyo yung mga, especially those who are starting up with their business. You can have a system to help you in your operation.
In fact, ano na dyan, I mean, even for those planning to go into business, they should already consider the ERP because that's the way to go na ngayon.
Correct. So start properly.
Tsaka ganun din naman mag-aano ka rin later on. Now, for X amount of money na mura lang naman pala, affordable. Why not include it in your capitalization, your investment projections, how to magkano ano yun? Because importante is andyan ka na. You start right.
Correct.
Okay.
Ako, andito na rin ako. Sorry, nandito yung doggy. So you can just contact me.
Jan is there to help you, clarification. Na-post mo na yun. Anyway, alam naman nila yung ano. So, Okay, so tapos finally, we'll wind up this episode of the Real Peak Yard. But we'll have more of this dyan, ano? Meron pa tayong sunod
Yes,
dito.
yes. So this is just one module yung POS lang. So we can do other modules that I think are very useful. And then we can also go to a vertical. For example, the rental market. So systems that you can use for rental. How you can use ODOO for the rental market.
Good. O, sige.
Yung mga ganun.
So guys, this is just going to be the start of it. So you will have more coming. And don't be afraid kasi it's only now I realize na hindi ito kamukha ng ina-attendan ko mga press conferences ng mga software na ganyan na pinopromote na wow. Ang nagpipresent pa diyan mga Indiano, mga Australian, American. Kaya lang nasa Okada ka naman.
Siyempre, babawiin nila yan.
Babawiin. Hindi, pero alam nga naman, naka-charge sa client nila yun. Dito.
Built-in.
Niloloko ko nga yung kaibigan ko pa. Saan ang susunod? Kasi minsan daw, fina-fly nila yung mga iba sa Singapore pag doon nag-press con.
I'm sure they do that. Kasi,
but at least, ito ang ano dyan, the same results, higher costs. Kasi ganun din naman ito ngayon, yung ODOO results mo would be comparable to the results of the mga softwares na napakamahal.
Very, very much so, yes. And actually, in terms of features, mas marami pang features ito kaysa sa ibang mamahaling system.
Natural, okay. So, okay, again, maraming salamat sa inyong oras at panahon. Real Peak will be ending its episode for tonight. And hopefully, next week, we will have another episode on this
yes,
ERP.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
So again, thank you. Good night.